back to Just a Little Kick. Today's video, I've got a treat for you. It's part of my Thanksgiving series, and I'm teaching you how to make a sweet potato pie. So I've already made my pie crust, so we're gonna start from there. If you didn't see my other video about how to make a pie crust from scratch, I'll link it below. Make sure you go ahead and check it out. Once you start making your pie crust from scratch, you will not go back to store-bought, I can guarantee it. All right, let's get started. I have already floured my working surface here, and I am getting ready to roll out the dough and put it in the pan. To take some of my other pie crust that I made in the refrigerator to like fill it in. I forgot that this pan is deeper and wider than my normal one. But so now we're going to make the edges look all pretty. So what you want to do is stick one finger in, and then you're going to pinch the edge together. One finger, pinch the edge together. And this is the beauty of a homemade crust. It is not meant to be perfect, but it will taste amazing. Okay, so the majority of this video is going to be a voiceover because I know you guys heard those rowdy children in the background. If you're new here, I'm a mother of 5, so that's just how it goes. I try to like cook and do recipes and stuff while they're at school because it makes it easier. But this was on a weekend, so, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, let's keep on going. Okay, as you can see, it's coming along beautifully. It does take a bit of time, but in my opinion, totally worth it. Like I was saying before, your crust is not meant to look perfect. It is homemade, and that's the beauty. It makes it almost look more beautiful, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I don't like the perfect manufactured from a machine looking crust. Like, your family will know that you put all your love and your sweat, or maybe not the sweat, but all your love and, you know, into the crust. And you can tell by the way it looks, you can tell by the way it tastes. So it's okay that it's not perfect. It's not meant to be. All right, so this is what it looks like. We're going to put this in the freezer for 30 minutes before we continue. Okay, so I already roasted my sweet potatoes. So in order to roast your sweet potatoes, you are going to use a 425-degree oven, and you're going to roast them for about 45 minutes. You need about 3 pounds in order to make this recipe. And I really do think the roasting makes a difference as far as the flavor and stuff goes, and I prefer that over boiling. Okay, so then you're going to add your sweet potatoes into your mixer. Hopefully you have a stand mixer. It's not, of course, absolutely necessary, but you will save your hands if you have a stand mixer. So you're going to add them in there, and you're just going to just whip the sweet potatoes. You just want to get them kind of creamy. You can add a little bit of milk to it. And I just periodically will scrape down the whisk attachment. I will scrape down the bowl, and then at some point I also detach the whisk, and so that I can rinse off the whisk in the sink, because if you've never worked with sweet potatoes before, they can be very like very stringy, and it almost has like a hairy type of texture, and that is not how I prefer to eat my sweet potato pie. So I just want to make sure that it is really whipped very well. Okay, so while our mixer is still doing its thing over there, we're going to take that pie crust out of the freezer. Make sure your oven is still set to 425 degrees. We're going to fit a piece of parchment paper in the bottom, and we're going to add either pie weights or dry beans to it. We are going to bake this for 17 minutes. When you're done with that, you're going to remove the pie weights and you're going to remove the parchment paper. You're going to poke the bottom of your pie crust with the fork, and then you're going to brush the inside with egg white, okay? You're going to put that back in the oven for about 5 minutes. You're going to take it back out of the oven, and then you're going to brush it one more time with egg white mixture again. Make sure you get the top crust this time, and then you're just going to let it come to room temperature.
Show ya, show me the color when you turn me on. The way you tell me you want me down. Done it, I done this before you fall. I won't catch you.
Okay, so we're going to start on our brown butter. So the thing is with brown butter, if you've never made brown butter before, you may have to try a couple times. It just kind of depends. I would say just start kind of slow because it can burn real fast. So you just have to keep an eye on it. I want you to keep stirring. So stand right over it. Keep stirring. The first thing you'll notice is it'll start to get foamy. And then after it starts to get foamy, it will start turning brown. You'll know it's done once you start smelling like a caramel, like nutty type of smell. Then you know it'll be done. And I'm just showing you a close up here now of it. So you can see like the brown bits and stuff at the bottom.
Left, right, can you take it all night? Too bad, I've been sticking out your mind. Too bad, I like it how I rock.
Okay, so let's get started on our filling. I don't know if I told you guys at the beginning, but this is my mom's recipe. I just adapted it just a little bit. So I add in 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, 2 tablespoons of orange juice, a half a cup of evaporated milk, half a cup of white sugar, a half a cup of brown sugar, a half a teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of rum flavoring, 1.5 tablespoons of flour, 2 eggs, and then of course our browned butter. So I usually will just add in all the ingredients periodically, saving the last 3 ingredients I will put in is the brown butter, then I'll do the flour, and then I will taste the mixture to make sure everything is tasting all good and delicious. And then lastly, I'll add the eggs.
I know you stranger, how you taking all my time. Left, right, can you take it all night? Too bad, I've been sticking.
Make sure you are scraping your bowl down periodically. You want to make sure that everything is well incorporated.
Right, can you take it all night? Show ya, show me the color when you turn me on. The way you tell me you want me down. Pick it off, why you tryna find the pieces when you rip it off? Why I like when you sit you when you take it off? Yeah, you know that I'm bad. Too bad, I've been sticking out your mind. I know you like it how I rock it from behind. I know you stranger, how you taking all my time. Left, right, can you take it all night? Too bad.
Now, do not be in a rush to get this filling done, okay, you guys? I'm so serious. You want to make sure that everything is nice and creamy. You don't want bits of flour in there. You don't want a bad texture. You want everything to be just smooth and silky and beautiful. So take your time.
Thinking about you, babe. What can we focus on? What we should do? Tell me the truth, 'cause I don't wanna see you with somebody else. And I've been feeling lonely in this king-size bed. I'm trying not to worry about the things you say. I ain't got the time, you're always on my mind. Baby, why you play?
Giving you a reminder of what your brown butter should look like. Do not forget to scrape that bowl and get all of those bits in your batter.
I'll never be sober. You to pull me closer. Look me in my eyes and tell me how I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. I've been feeling delusional. Thinking about us, babe. Your body's so beautiful. All I want is.
Hey, Okay, so you see the texture. It should be silky smooth and beautiful. And you're going to bake this in a 350-degree oven for 55 minutes to 1 hour. Also want to make sure you cover your edges with foil so they do not burn.
Look me in my eyes and tell me.
Only if we had smell-o-vision. It smells so good. And this is fresh out the oven. So I'm gonna let this cool, and then I'm going to make a homemade whipped cream. Okay, so now it's time to make our whipped topping real fast, and that'll be the last step, and then we can enjoy our sweet potato pie. So to this mixing bowl, I will have about a cup of heavy whipping cream. We're gonna whip it for about 3 minutes or so until stiff peaks form. Then we'll add in the sugar, and then we'll add in both the vanilla extract and the rum extract. And then that'll be it. We'll be ready to go. So at this point, I was pretty tired. I misspoke. I meant to say that you will whip up the heavy whipping cream until soft peaks form first, and then you're going to add in 3 tablespoons of sugar, about a half a tablespoon of vanilla, and then half of a teaspoon of rum. I added a little bit too much rum in here, if I'm being honest, and it tastes like alcohol. So unless that's the thing that you're going for, I would say definitely do what I'm telling you to do and don't do what I did. Okay? Okay. You see how thick that is? Perfect, perfect. And it is finally time to taste this sweet potato pie. I already know it's about to be on point. All the ingredients, when I tasted the batter, I knew it. The whipped cream tastes marvelous. Let me stop talking and let's get to cutting. Cutting into the pie was not pretty, but it always is like that. The very first slice you cut, it never comes out pretty, but it's okay now. It looks good in there. And then so I did add a little bit of pumpkin spice on top of there, just because I think it looks pretty. Not necessary, not option, I mean totally optional, not necessary. But okay, let's dig in. I just cannot even wait any longer. Oh, what do I always say? Cheers. I'm not even kidding you. This is bomb. With that, look at that crust. The crust is perfectly done at the bottom, not burnt in any way. Super buttery, super flaky. I wish you could taste this. But you know what? You can taste this because you need to make this recipe. I'm not kidding. You make this for Thanksgiving, your family's not gonna let you forget it. Every year, the task is gonna be on you to make this. I'm not even joking. Don't forget, if you make it, tag me over on Instagram because I wanna see your creation at Just a Little Kick. Okay, I'll put my little name or graphic on the screen so you can see it. I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm not even like, I'm not over exaggerating. That pie is bomb. That homemade crust takes it over the top. The brown butter and the batter takes it over the top. The rum flavoring takes it over the top. The homemade whipped cream takes it over top. I mean, I don't even know. Like, what else to even say about it? But you do need to make this. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. This is a part of my Thanksgiving series, and I have many more Thanksgiving videos coming your way. So share my video if you feel like this recipe could help somebody else. And I will see you guys back here soon for more food. Bye.